We want to bring you tonight's top local story. Gowen Field confirming that 2 Mountain Home Airmen were involved in an incident outside of a restaurant in Yuma, Arizona that resulted in one of the men having to be flown to a San Diego hospital.
And now the mother of one of the injured is speaking out. 6 on Your Side's Lacey Darrow joins us live in studio with details.
Dawn Michelle, the mother of the victim, says after seeing her son's brutal injuries, he's lucky to be alive.
I never dreamed that I would get a phone call that said that my son was brutally attacked.
Beth says she was at home sound asleep when suddenly around 3:30 in the morning, she got a call from her son.
And I knew that he was in Arizona, so I answered it.
It was April Fool's Day, so initially she thought it might have been a joke. But then her son told her that he was on his way to the hospital, that he had been jumped from behind and beaten. And by the tone of his voice, she knew it was no joke.
A couple hours later, I got a phone call that said they were airlifting him to San Diego Naval Hospital.
Beth says at that point she knew she needed to be next to her son, so she flew to San Diego. But when she saw him, she couldn't believe his injuries.
His jaw was completely severed. So if he didn't have the skin hanging or connecting, it would have been in his lap.
But that was just the start. Beth says his nose was broken and he had several severe cuts on his face.
I can't even describe the pain I have for seeing him suffer.
Beth's son told her he was leaving a restaurant with a few other guardsmen waiting for an Uber when they were attacked by what Yuma police estimate to be 8 other men. Beth says her son told her they were stomping on his face. That's when 4 Marines walked out of the restaurant and broke it up.
I am so grateful that happened because my son would be dead if they didn't.
Yuma police say they're looking through surveillance video from the surrounding businesses, trying to identify any suspects. But Beth feels like they're sweeping it under the rug.
We kind of got the impression that it happens a lot and that it's not news to them.
Now she says her son's jaw is wired shut and he has to drink through a tube for the next 6 weeks. And while he's in the process of healing, she can't thank everyone enough for their support and prayers. But he's strong and he's a fighter.
I think that he's going to have some ups and downs, but I think that he'll persevere because that's kind of what person he is.
Yuma police say they don't have any suspects at this time, but they are continuing to investigate. Live in studio, Lacey Darrow, 6 on Your Side.